So that's just to flush it.
Yep, it's just to flush it back in there. I'll get some more. I got more blood return than I want.
My blood is so dark.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, okay.
You don't want it looking like water.
Okay,
Because
good.
that means it's low. It means your hemoglobin's low if you're looking like water.
Oh, yeah, we don't need that.
No, we don't need that. We got to run through this.
So when you guys test my blood, what are we looking for?
We're looking for your white blood cells, your platelets, and your hemoglobin. Your platelets and your white count determine whether you get treatment or not. Your hemoglobin, it can be down, and that means that will not determine whether you get treated or not. It's white count. White count fights infection. And the platelets are the part of our blood that causes our blood to clot, that keeps us from bleeding so freely.
Okay.
So we're looking at that.
Because the last time the chemo was fine, that was my first time. But that injection shot the next day, I slept and I was sick for like a week.
When you say you were sick, what do you mean?
Nausea.
Let me take this.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh. It makes some money, honey. I'm just saying.
Where from 24 to 48 hours after you've had treatment.
Okay.
I'm just going to take this like this until we know for sure you're ready to go. So that more than likely was from your chemotherapy, not the shot.
The shot, okay.
The shot, what it normally causes is bone and joint pain.
I did have some spasms.
And like it can be anywhere from like you feel like you've got the flu, kind of that achy feeling, to be very. I mean, some people have very intense pain.
Okay.
Where it requires them to take some pain medicine.
Okay.
Usually the first shot is the worst as far as the joint pain, because there is something new, and what it's doing is it's stimulating your bone marrow to make those white blood cells quicker than they normally would. So it's rapidly producing white blood cells, and that can cause a lot of pain.
Okay.
Because your bone marrow mostly is made here, across the back in the bone.
And that's where I felt it at, yeah.
Like, some people say it's like somebody kicked me in the back.
Yeah,
Other people say, I thought maybe I might have had a bladder infection or a kidney infection, but that's where most of your bone marrow is made.
Okay.
Some patients have it in all joint and bone pain. I mean, all bones, but for the most part, it's usually back there or in across your shoulder blades.
Okay.
So that was where your discomfort in your back was from, but the nausea was more than likely
The
from your
chemo.
chemo.
Okay.
And it can last, once it starts, it can last 3 or 4 days. And that's why. So you know the date. What I would recommend this time is that it started the day after your shot. What I would start doing is the day of your shot, that night before you go to bed, start your nausea medicine and take it around the clock for a couple of days.
Okay, and keep taking it.
Yeah. I tell people, sometimes the first one's the worst as far as nausea anyway, because the anxiety that you're having, you've heard all the horror stories about chemotherapy.
Exactly.
And so you're starting, and then we kind of told you all the things that could happen, so you're just thinking, okay, they said this could happen here. Oh my God, when's it going to happen? There's just, your brain is just going. Yes, yes.
I analyze everything.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Okay. So sometimes the first one is the hardest, okay? But since we know that it started then, what I tell people is go ahead that night before and just start it and take it around the clock. If you don't wake up during the night, don't wake yourself up to take the nausea medicine, because I'd rather you sleep. But as soon as you get up that next morning, go ahead and start it again until you go to bed.
Okay.
And then you can kind of tell as the day goes, well, I'm as sick as I was 2 days last time. So you're going to have to wager when you want to stop it.
Okay.
You still need to eat, because a lot of people think if they don't eat, they're not going to get sick, and unfortunately that's not the case. You need to eat so that if you do happen to get sick and throw up, you've got something to throw up and you're not just retching.
Even. Okay, okay. Makes sense.
Did you actually throw up or just was nausea?
I didn't throw up at all. Nausea. And honestly, the nausea medicine did help because I was taking it as prescribed.
Okay. And if it's not helping, just let us know. Because sometimes we have to tweak it just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like it was helping.
Okay.
My biggest side effect was diarrhea.
Okay.
And I balanced that out with the Imodium.
Okay. How often do you have to take the Imodium?
Let me say this. I am the type of person who don't like to take medicine, so I try not to. But every day I had to take the Imodium, like 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. Because I got to one point where it was like water. So
that is
I took it pretty much every day.
That is probably the biggest side effect of the treatment that you're getting is the diarrhea.
Okay.
You have to keep that in check so you don't get dehydrated.
Okay.
When did that start?
The diarrhea?
Mm-hmm.
The day after.
Day after.
Mm-hmm. And my mom got the Imodium because we came on a Monday. Mom got the Imodium that same day. I started it that night.
Okay.
And I was fine. I felt like it was getting a little constipated.
And see, that's going to be the balancing act.
Yeah, I have to balance it out.
You want to take it so you don't have the diarrhea.
Yeah.
But when you start noticing it starting to check, back off.
Okay, and that's what I did. That's exactly what I did.
And I'll give you a sheet that I like that I've had for years and years, and it tells you things to eat that would be better to have eat with diarrhea, and things that would be better to stay away from that can kind of make it worse.
That would be
so
awesome.
I'll give you that sheet.
Okay.
If I forget, please tell me.
I'll remind you.
Because I tell people things and I go, oh God, I forgot to give them that this morning.
You get tied up.
So, yeah. But the biggest thing is if that diarrhea is not checking, call us because there's a prescription we can call in that's a little bit stronger than the Imodium. 99% of the time the Imodium does it if you take it like it says, but occasionally it doesn't. And so sometimes we have to call you in something else. The other thing is we don't want you to get dehydrated. We'd rather bring you in and give you some fluids here than you to get dehydrated and end up having to go to the emergency room. Or,
and that's my fear, getting sick. I don't want to get sick at all.
That's why I was telling you, call us.
Okay.
And let us tell you what you need to do and, you know.
Yeah.
Because our goal is to keep you out of the hospital and keep you from being sick.
Exactly.
It's not just to give you the drugs and say, bye, see you in 3 weeks, whatever.
Okay.
Okay. No such thing as a stupid question. If it bothers you or concerns you, then you need to call.
Call. Okay.
Okay. I do this every day.
Yeah.
I have not sat in that chair. But I would probably be bad because I know a lot.
Exactly.
And it's hard for me. I've had family members that have had chemotherapy, and one of the docs I worked for in Columbia, when my niece was getting treated down there, he said, "You need to step back from being the nurse
Let's do our
and
job.
be the aunt." I was like, "Okay,
okay, sorry,
but."
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that they're bothering us when they call. You're not bothering us. This is part of what we